Hi, my name is Jess Mouneimne. I'm the founder and owner of Jam Media. We're a 360-degree communications agency based here in Cape Town. We basically look at doing PR, social media, copywriting, web development, blogging, basically everything that you need from a social media strategy perspective, or rather from a communication strategy perspective. We look to fill that role, and we are particularly focused on the SME space. So I didn't necessarily set out to follow a career in technology. I set out to follow a career in communications, and I think that that's just the way that things have evolved. So communications has naturally evolved into the tech space, and that's where I find myself today, and it's really exciting. Technology is exciting because it's ever evolving, it's always adapting. You need to constantly be researching and finding out what the latest trends are. I get bored easily, so I enjoy being kept on my toes. Diversity in tech is very important because it is so male-dominated, because we're struggling more than ever as women to find our voice and our feet in the tech space. And the more we find women in leadership in the tech space, I think we'll be more inclined to see diversity in the tech space, and that's something that I'm really passionate about. Sure, I think it's important to put a brave face on. It can be quite scary in terms of really just holding your own space in the tech space and in the business space in general as a woman. So my advice would really just be around finding courage and finding your strength to be able to weather the storm initially, because it can be really scary to start. Once you carve out your own space and kind of manage to hold your space, it gets a little bit easier from there. So a lot of faking till you're making. So Women's Month has always been an incredibly important month for myself and for my team. We'll be taking time to not only host our own events around women in leadership, but also to do a few other women empowerment activities, because Women's Day isn't really just about, you know, champagne and high heels and woman power, but we need to also keep in mind kind of why this day exists and look at women's rights in general. That for me, it's important to look at women's rights in general that aren't just around women in business, but also women in our society. Who knows? The future in Jam Media is very exciting. I think it's growing at a rapid rate, which is scary at times, because sometimes you feel like, you know, am I going to be able to keep up with it? Is it all going to come crashing down? But I think for me, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So, you know, from here after Jam or alongside Jam, there's always going to be other opportunities. I've just recently published a book called Being Boss. It's about surviving the first 1,000 days in business. So I'm looking at pushing that as much as possible. And then we have a couple of other business ventures that are on the horizon that we're looking at getting some money for, and then we'll get cracking on those too.